What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live, presented by Bet Online, here on a Monday, March 20th. We got to talk about Dame and his comments last night. We did talk about them on the marathon post-game show we had last night, but we will discuss the notion of shutting him down for the rest of the year, because it's about that time that the Blazers truly tank the rest of the season. They've been tanking since the trade deadline, technically, because they can't win a game. They're 3-10, and that's with them trying to win games. That's what Dame playing. So, not sure it makes much of a difference at this point, but we'll talk about that conversation. We'll talk a little bit about the draft and prospects, and we'll take a few of your questions. Eric, how's the start of the week for you?
Oh, pretty good. Can't complain. Nothing crazy's happened today, so that's always good.
That's always good.
How about you?
It's good, man. I enjoyed the sunshine the past couple of days, and it makes it easier to enjoy the rain today. I like a mixture of weather and not just rain for 2 months straight. So,
how's everyone in chat doing today? Hope everyone's
chat,
having a good day.
Yeah, how's your days going? Let me know in chat what you got going on today. And as you do that, let's dive into Picks Against the Spread. These are the standings for Picks Against the Spread. Once again, Picks Against the Spread is brought to you by Bet Online. All the spreads in this segment are featured on Bet Online, and you can get in on any of the action with the promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V.
I don't think that's the updated one.
That's not the updated one. You're right. I forgot to update it. That's the updated one. Good catch, Eric. Promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, 50% reward bonus. Parlays as well. Parlays are always fun. Lots of stuff over there on Bet Online. Sweet 16 and Elite 8 is coming up this next weekend. So if you want to make college basketball more fun for yourself, that's another way to do it. Anyway, as the standings look, I'm in a slump. Zach was phenomenal on Thursday. Eric, you're still number one despite going 2-4, but chat, you're only a game back with 6 games today. You got a true chance to take the lead. Groupthink might win out. Connor's fall from grace has been kind of tragic to see. He went 4-2, but he's below Zach. He was number one like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So now he's down there in 6th. But you do have 6 people within 9 games with a true shot at this thing.
Absolutely. And unfortunately for Chat and I, we had both doubled down on the last game of the day. Chat was 3-1. I was 2-2, and the Phoenix Suns failed to cover that 8-point spread. And you warned me about taking Phoenix, but
did I? I don't
well,
even remember.
You didn't warn me, but you were like, "Oh, you're taking Phoenix," like sarcastically, yeah. But
I should have bet on Orlando, but yeah, it sucks because I took Phoenix as well, and they didn't cover the 8-point spread, but they still beat the Magic, who have gotten close to winning some games. We'll take a look at the tanking picture in a little bit as well, because they're relevant. Yeah, the only game I won was my double down, which is kind of backwards of how it's been for me the past couple of years. Only 2 of us have above a 50% pick percentage. Only 2 of us are above 500, so we are struggling lately. Collectively, we are 62 games below 500. We're 23-25 on Thursday. Double down record collectively is positive, 165 and 163. So at least we're doing better on double downs this year than our normal picks, which last year was not the case. Anyway, game number 1, you got the Philadelphia 76ers hosting the Chicago Bulls, and Philadelphia is an 8.5-point home favorite.
All right, the Bulls are without Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso. The 76ers are without PJ Tucker.
Alrighty.
I have Aeromancer's picks. Just let me know. I see him in here. Let me know if you want to change any of them, or I'll just go with whatever you picked. Trevin's going 76ers.
I'm going Bulls.
I am also going Bulls, as is Zach.
Chat right now is 79% 76ers on 14 votes.
Do we have Connor in here?
Oh, Eric, here you go. Here you go. This is what you were asking for last night, right?
Yeah.
Arrowhead says, hey guys, Tori, don't let people talk trash about your hair. So many dudes are bald at your age, just need a fresh cut. I will admit I need a haircut. That's why I'm wearing the hat. You know what I mean? Like, it's, haircut costs money. Like, I'll just wear the hat for a bit, and then at some point I will actually get the haircut. But yeah, it's always weird. Somebody, in case you have no idea why we're talking about my hair, somebody last night came in and was just absolutely ripping my hair. Ripping my hair. I'm the only one who's allowed to rip my hair, and I rip it out when I watch Drew Eubanks play. That's a tweet from last night. That's a joke. But, yeah, strange. I don't get it. What are the other picks? We got 76ers for chat, and Arrowmancer Connor Jackson.
Arrowmancer is 76ers. No Connor, no Jackson in chat.
Okay.
Well, Connor actually said hello, so I don't know where the heck he is.
He always watches the stream like 4 minutes behind. That's just his thing, I think.
But yeah, he can't do that.
Anyway, while we wait for our mods, do you want to spit smoke, or are you chilling today? What type of Eric Brandt are we getting today?
I mean, I don't know. He's just wrong.
Well, that's factually correct, but anyway. Do you want Bulls for Connor, and then where's Jackson? Do you have Jackson's number?
Yeah. Hold on. Did I save it?
Anyway, Bulls right now in terms of the tank picture. Let me pull up Tankathon here. Are actually 2.5 games better than the Blazers. And they're 9th. We'll take a look at this tank picture, but if Chicago can pull off an upset here, be 3 games better, you're sitting pretty if you're Portland. Still with a tough schedule for the Blazers. And let's see if we can get Jackson on the phone.
Hello?
Hey, Jackson, how are you?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Jackson? It's Eric.
Hello?
Oh. Hey, can you hear me? What's up, Jackson? Just wondering where you're at for picks. Okay, cool. Later.
Hello. Okay, well, next game then. Charlotte's hosting Indiana. Indiana's a 2.5-point road favorite.
So the Pacers are without Tyrese Halliburton and Chris Duarte. The Hornets are without LaMelo Ball, Cody Martin, and Mark Williams. Yeah, he was definitely driving.
Yeah, I heard him say, I'll get the picks to you in 5 minutes. So,
Yeah.
all right. If only he knew that if Ahmad wins, they get a vacation to Fiji. If only.
I'm going Pacers, so is Arrowmancer and Zach. Trevin as well.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Your Pacers, Trevin's Pacers.
Arrowmancer and Zach.
Zach's Pacers.
Albie says that was a perfect reenactment of Dame calling Jody Dame. Quote, can I get help? Jody, hello?
Can you tell me who the Pacers have out again? Halliburton.
And Duarte.
Has Duarte been injured all season?
No, he was injured earlier in the season, came back for a
Yeah.
while. This is his first game. I think he's missed lately, at least for picks.
Got you. Oh, I need to update this thing.
Oh yeah, I remember. He emails her. Thanks.
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that stupid thing?
yeah.
Dame tries to email Jody and she won't respond to emails like Dame.
All right, chat's going Pacers. Oh God, this is stupid. I'm gonna go Hornets though. And no, if it's an island, I'm not doubling down on no freaking Charlotte Hornets. Okay, not doing it. Sorry, not sorry. Who'd Connor go with? Pacers? Okay. So we're waiting on Jackson. That might be an island for me. We'll see. All right, game number 3. We got the Knicks versus the Timberwolves. The Knicks are 9-point home favorites.
Who did Connor end up going with last game?
The Pacers?
The game before, the first game. Bulls.
The Bulls?
Bulls, okay. Thanks.
Chat was Pacers, by the way, 86%. And then Knicks, Timberwolves. Knicks at home as a 9-point favorite.
All right, the Timberwolves have Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards out in this one. The Knicks have no one listed on their injury report.
All right.
Aeromancer is going Knicks. Trevin is Knicks.
I've already conceptualized the picks against the spreads graphics for next year, and in my mind, they look so sick. We'll see if it looks sick in real life. Knicks for Zach. I'm taking Knicks as well. Are we still rooting for the Knicks? At this point, let me check the standings.
I'm going to take the Timberwolves.
Why do I have a news article saying government officials say an alien mothership is close to Earth? What? I'll read that article later. Anyway, you went Knicks?
Nope, I went Timberwolves.
You went
I'm going to take
Timberwolves?
the
Sorry,
9
I was
points.
distracted by the alien mothership.
Yeah, no problem. It happens.
And that's a thunder logo. Yeah, it does. Okay. There we go. Timberwolves.
Connor
Yeah,
was
gonna
Knicks.
Standings, because somebody asked. Connor Knicks and Chet, it looks like, is Knicks. So somebody asked if we're still rooting for the Knicks. Standings wise, they are in 5th. They are 3.5 games ahead of a play-in. So they still could technically fall to a play-in, but at this point, it looks unlikely. They are also like 2.5 games ahead of the next best team. So, you know, if they get passed by the Nets, and then they're 3.5 ahead of the Suns as well. So, like, if those two teams passed them, then that Knicks pick would be slightly higher. But at this point, that's unlikely. So at this point, yeah, we're still probably rooting for the Knicks. It doesn't really make a difference as long as they don't absolutely choke.
Mm-hmm.
Is how I'd put it. So chat was Knicks. Let me know when Jackson has sent you his picks. That rhymed. Let's go. Next game. Houston versus Golden State. Golden State's an 11-point road favorite.
All right, so in this one, we got Andrew Wiggins, the Diaper, Andre Iguodala, Ryan Rollins, and Patrick Baldwin Jr. out for the Warriors. Kevon Looney probable. And then for the Rockets, Jay Sean Tate and Alperen Şengün are both out. Jalen Green is a game time decision. Let me see if there's an update on his status. I hate the game time decisions.
Yeah, they suck.
No update on his availability. Yeah, I'm also going to go Rockets. 11 points for the Warriors as a road team is crazy. No matter who they're playing.
Chat is divided on this one. You love to see it. Rockets for Trevin.
Zach as well. And Aeromancer is also Rockets.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Like, I feel like earlier in the season, nobody, you wouldn't have anywhere near this many people going for the Rockets against the Warriors.
Right.
But there's two very prevalent things here when making this pick, in my opinion. All right, next vote for chat breaks it. 36 votes. It's tied 50-50. All right, 37 votes, 51% Warriors for chat. And then we're waiting on, guess who?
Yeah.
Connor with the Rockets. There we go. It could be a chat island on the Warriors, which would be interesting.
I can't delete mod comments.
You can't.
No. But you might want to delete Aeromancers. Kind of a sore subject to be brought up to people. Don't want to.
One person that's
don't want to go down
freaking a psycho. Yeah. Memphis, Dallas. Memphis 4-point home favorite.
All right. The Dallas Mavericks are without Luka Doncic and Markieff Morris. The Grizzlies are without Ja Morant, Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, Zaire Williams, Vince Williams Jr., and Jaren Jackson Jr. is questionable.
Jeez. Okay, sorry. Okay. God, Zach, I can't put you in a 5-minute timer out right now. Shut up, Zach. Okay, who's out for the Grizzlies? Ja.
Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, Zaire Williams, Vince Williams Jr., Jaren Jackson Jr. questionable.
Jeez. God, this is disgusting. And they're a 4-point favorite?
Yeah.
So they got Dylan Brooks, who I absolutely can't stand. I couldn't stand him before all this, but oh my goodness, I can't stand him even more now. Screw Dylan Brooks.
Zach is Grizzlies, Arrow, Eric, and Trevin are Mavericks.
Zach, Grizzlies, Arrow, Eric.
There's Jackson.
Arrow, Eric, Jackson is Dallas.
No. Jackson's not Dallas. There's Jackson for his picks.
Oh, Arrow, Eric, and
Trevin.
Who was Dallas? Trevin. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm going Memphis.
Okay. Connor is going Mavs. All right, let's see.
And chat is going Mavs, and then give me Jackson's picks for the last 4.
Game 1, he picked 76ers.
All right, that's a split vote. Cool.
Game 2, he picked Pacers.
All right, that's an island for me.
Game 3, he picked Knicks, giving me an island.
All right, game 3, Knicks, Eric Island. Game 4.
He's got Houston.
So that's a chat island.
Weird.
Yeah. This might be the first time I've had an island all year. It might be the first time. I don't think it is, but it's rare me and chat get islands. That's crazy.
And then, of course, he's Grizzlies for this one.
All right, Grizzlies. So a good old 3 versus 5 here. And then game number 6, we got the Jazz hosting the Kings. And the Kings are 7-point road favorites.
Kings have Kevin Herter and Trey Lyles listed as questionable, while the Jazz are sitting Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, and Colin Sexton. I'm going to take the Kings. Aeromancer is on Jazz.
Okay, I'm going Kings as well.
Jackson and Trevin are Kings. Zach is Kings.
It's going to be an Arrow Island. It's just the day of islands. Jackson says, sorry I was late. Had a doctor's appointment for a fracture in my hand and I didn't think it'd go that long. Well, you should have told your doctor that you have priorities. You know? Also, how did you fracture your hand?
Hope you're okay, Jackson.
Yes, that would have been the nicer thing to say, yes. How did you fracture your hand, though? I'm curious. If you care to share. If not, that's fine. Kings for chat. We're waiting on Connor. Okay, Kangs for Connor. And Kings for chat. So, Arrow, congrats. You got an island. Whoops, that's the wrong team. Arrow Island. Double down time. Get rid of the last double down picks. What do we got?
Aeromancer is not going to go with his island. He's going to go with the Knicks.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the Pacers are chat's double down.
Yeah.
Do we want to let them vote between that and their island, or just go with their highest pick like we normally do?
We can let them vote. There was like 3 that were really close. It was the Kings, it was the Pacers, and it was the Knicks.
Yeah, and then their
island
yeah.
was... What was their island?
Warriors.
Okay, let's do a poll with those 4. All right, read them to me.
All right, so it's Pacers minus 2.5 at Hornets.
At Charlotte, okay.
And then it was Knicks minus 9 versus Timberwolves.
Okay.
Kings minus 7 at Jazz.
All right.
And then Warriors minus 11 at Rockets. It was only 51%, but they're on an island.
All right, chat. Let's see what you guys want to do with that. All right, what are the other double down votes? We got Kings for Trevin.
Yeah. Oh, man. That sounds scary, Jackson. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, what the hell?
Connors is Knicks.
I mean, the way that sounds, the fact that you only got a fractured hand is, yeah, because that sounds scary and very, very dangerous. Connor was what?
Kings, or Knicks, sorry, Knicks. Jackson's going Rockets.
Okay.
It is hard to trust the Warriors on the road, but it is a double down island. You could pick up 2 games on everyone.
Pacers for that. I'm going to double down on... Hey, you know what? Screw it. I'll double down on Charlotte.
Good job,
Screw it.
Tori.
This is the end of my season here.
I'm proud of you either way.
This is the end of it all. Chat's doubling down on their island, which is Golden State, and then Eric, I assume you're gonna double down on your island.
Yeah, I already said that.
Yeah, okay. That was lost in the mess. Anyway, we got Golden State, and we got Eric on his island.
Man, if chat wins their island and I lose mine, that's going to be very bad for me.
Yeah, yep. It's gonna come down to these island games. Okay, you were Minnesota Island,
Yep.
right? Okay, best double down picks.
Freaking Minnesota hasn't come through for me at all on double downs, but
Yeah, well,
gotta follow the rules.
I don't think I've doubled down on Charlotte all year, so and if I did, it probably went badly. Anyway, I'm scared. Oh, Pacers already up 3-0. God dang it.
Oh man, you're done.
I'm screwed. I am screwed. Okay, so, nice colors there. Yeah, I agree, Jackson. I like looking at the double down picks. The colors are very nice. Anyway. So Dame had comments last night.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying, like, they're falling out of touch with the 10th spot, and sometimes you have to, stop putting your competitiveness as a player at the forefront and take a look at what a game of chess would look like. Chess being, let's get Victor Wembanyama. It's not really a game of chess. It's like, okay, well, let's try and get the 7'5" freak or get a better draft pick that we can trade. It's pretty straightforward, and it's just going to be interesting to see when they do shut him down, because I think it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I think they should shut him down right now.
Yeah.
Especially with who they have next, which is the Utah Jazz tomorrow. Or no, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Which Utah is kind of in tank mode. Larry Markkinen not playing tonight. At this point, if Dame shut down for the rest of the year and Grant shut down for the rest of the year and Simons and Yusuf Nurkic, I think the Blazers probably lose every game for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some teams that try to out-tank us. Like the Jazz just did everyone too on Wednesday.
Yeah. San Antonio on April 6th is like the only other is like the type of game we could win even if we're tanking. But San Antonio at that point could be locked into 14% odds.
Yeah.
Especially if Charlotte like wins a game or two, because let's just look at the tank picture here since we're talking about
Tankathon.
this. Yeah, where's my Tankathon source? I have too many different sources in.
Spurs aren't playing tonight. Nice try, people's moves.
Okay, let's just zoom this in.
Wrong again. Yeah,
He likes being wrong.
they've already suggested that they're sitting a bunch of people.
Who?
The Spurs are sitting like Zach Collins and a bunch of other players tomorrow night.
Yeah, like I think that'll happen, but if they're locked into odds, then they might, not care to tank that game. So that's the hope, and that game is on April 6th, so it's third to last game of the season. Charlotte is 3 wins ahead. So rooting for Charlotte probably so that San Antonio wouldn't tank that game. But every other game for Portland, as we take a look at the schedule, every other game is losable. Like, this is losable. Chicago's losable. OKC, New Orleans, Sacramento twice in a row, Minnesota, Memphis, the Clippers, and Golden State. All those games, Portland, I think, will be the underdog in, maybe regardless of if Dame sits or not, but definitely if Dame sits or not. And the San Antonio is kind of the one game there that could be a win no matter what the scenario. But I would like to I don't want to risk injuring him or that sort of thing. Like, I would want to rest him now. I don't think they're going to. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the only other thing is towards the end of the season, who knows if the Clippers or Golden State will be locked into their particular positions. I guess the hope is that those teams are still fighting for who's 6th seed or whatever, home court advantage maybe, and the other team is still like fighting for the play-in or something. But yeah,
Yep. The Clippers right now half game out of home court advantage. The lucky thing with things being so close in the West is there is a good chance that they're going to be playing for something. So that's, with that logjam there, it's crazy because 5 and 12, 5 and 11 are separated by 3 games. 5 and 12 are separated by 3.5. Portland has detached themselves from that pack with their 6-game losing streak and losing 8 out of their last 10. 10 out of their last 13. So they've fallen out of that pack.
did did the NBA pass that thing for this year, or is it just talking about
Which thing?
a following year where you have to play a certain amount of games to be eligible for postseason awards?
I think it's a following year. I don't think they would have passed that for this year because there's some incentives tied to that, and like there was already decisions to rest players earlier in the year. Like I don't think they could have passed it for this year.
And
So
no, there's never been a specific amount you need. So Dame's sitting at 57 games right now, and that rule is supposed to make it 58 to be eligible, I believe, for postseason awards.
yeah,
And being as that there's 2 days off between now and then, and also the Jazz are a team that's, fighting for that play-in spot, I'm guessing Dame's going to play on Wednesday. And if they lose that, then shut them down. If they win, maybe they'll just take it by game basis.
yeah. When did they say 5 to 6 games? Was that before the Boston game? After the Knicks game? When was that report from Chris Haynes?
Yeah, it was somewhere right in there.
I think it was after the next game. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. So 5 games would look like through OKC. 6 games would look like through New Orleans, which I could see him. The longest he could play is through that New Orleans game, so he could just end the season playing against CJ again. I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
End the game on a home game. So somewhere in this 4-game stretch, I would expect him to get shut down unless they win the next 3 games. Which the thing is, the next 3 games are winnable if Dame plays. And then they're sitting there like, 1.5 games back of a play-in, which is dangerous. Like I am rooting for a bunch of L's. A bunch of L's. We've taken a bunch of L's. We've only won a couple of games there. Yeah, I remember that Memphis win was big. It was like, oh, we might be turning the corner finally. God. So 6-game losing streak. These next 4 games are the games to watch in terms of how the Blazers do and when Dame gets shut down. But, I mean, if I had a choice, I would shut him down right now.
David, they played the Clippers on April 8th, not the Warriors, and they play the Warriors the next day on the second end of a back-to-back, the last game of the season. It's at home. They don't play at Golden State. The schedule is literally on the screen.
Why do people enjoy being wrong for no reason? I don't get it. You literally can just search this stuff and look at it. You can go to my Discord and look at it. God. Tankathon time. Let's simulate the draft lottery. 9% chances at number 1. 37% chance at top 4, just like last year. Hopefully, in real life, it goes better than last year. That next pick is 23rd. At 14, Lakers. 13, Raptors. At 12, Jazz via Minnesota. At 11, you got Jazz via Jazz. 11 and 12 for Utah. 10 is New Orleans. 9 is Chicago. So playing out well so far. 8 is Indiana. So this is how it played out last season. Or last year's draft lottery, and then the Blazers fell to 7th. They were the first team to fall. So hopefully we don't get a repeat here. At 7, it's a repeat. Boring. 4 is Charlotte, 3 Houston, 2 Orlando, and 1 is Washington. They get Wemby. They don't deserve him. That was a boring result. Let's get a better result. There, Portland moves up. Portland moves up. Let's see if we can get number 1 for once. 4 Charlotte, 3 Houston, 2 San Antonio, 1 Portland. I wish that was the first one. That'd be beautiful. Portland, San Antonio, Houston, Charlotte, Detroit, Orlando. Yeah, that'd be nice. Anyway, that's Tankathon. What else did I say we were going to talk about in the intro?
I don't remember now.
I don't remember either.
We'll take questions from questions, chat.
Yeah, we'll take questions from chat. We can talk a little bit about prospects if you guys want. Why did I double down on the Hornets?
Are they down? Oh, they're only down 7.
Only down 7?
They can still lose by 2. Rozier with a last-second 3 to cover.
This is why I don't play by your rules. I was already bold picking the freaking whack-ass Charlotte Hornets. Dang. Does Wemby speak any English? Yes. Yeah. Actually, quite easy to understand him. Like, of course he has an accent, but it's actually quite easy. Like, he speaks English pretty well, in my opinion. No college ball today. I'm sad. Yep, Thursday, though.
Hey, quit blaming me for Tori's bad picks.
I will blame.
It's still early.
Blame Eric for everything. Yep.
I'll be saying I gaslit.
He manipulated me. I'm not liable for that pick. If the Hornets don't cover, then it's a loss for Eric.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. Yeah, Thursday. Good. Or go ahead.
Who cares what Nick Batum's telling Wemby? He's not a free agent. He doesn't get to pick where he goes.
Who's? Yeah, what? Bro, I can't. I can't with this every stream, bro. I can't. Like, I can't, Eric. I can't.
Oh. Sorry, would you want to play a video on this stream?
A video?
Yeah.
Of what?
Do you want to risk it?
What?
Just a one play from last night?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No. I know you want to put People's Mix in his place, but like everybody here assumes that he's wrong because he's the Laker fan. You know, like he doesn't. He knows how to beg for players, and he might know how to do jersey swaps since Laker fans are good at those. And that's probably it. Anyway. Yeah, on Thursday, Gonzaga, UCLA, Strother, Jaime Jaquez. That's fun as a Gonzaga fan, but those are two guys to scout for the Blazers, in my opinion. They're looking like early second round guys, so Blazers don't really have a pick in that range. It's more of a mid-second, but they could definitely trade around picks, especially if they have a bunch of second round picks, you know. Mm-hmm. So UCLA right now is a 2-point favorite. Michigan State, Kansas State is an interesting game. Keontae Johnson is another second-round prospect to scout for Kansas State, who's a guy that I like as a potential Blazer target. Arkansas, UConn, got some guys to scout on Arkansas, of course. Jordan Walsh, Anthony Black, Nick Smith Jr. Nick Smith makes the least amount of sense as a guard. The other two guys are wings, small forward types.
Well, Anthony Black's a point guard. He's just a big.
He is 6'7". You know, he's 6'7". He's like a point forward.
They got your boy Ricky Council too.
Ricky Council, yeah. And then it was funny because you got those four guys as like NBA guys, but Devo Davis is why they beat Kansas. He was on fire. And then Florida Atlantic, Tennessee, you got Julian. What's his name? Julian Phillips. On Tennessee, I don't really know much about him, but I've seen him on some mock draft boards.
He's one of those guys who's like on draft boards because he's 6'7" and athletic and got good size, typical small forward frame. His production hasn't matched his draft stock right now, but someone that could definitely rise up. draft boards with good like combine and showing there.
Yeah. I'm starting to just not trust Tennessee guys in the draft. I just don't trust Tennessee. It's amazing that they beat Duke and now have a Florida Atlantic team to get to the Elite Eight because they've been upset prone. They might make the Final Four. We'll see. But then on Friday for March Madness scouting matchups, you got Alabama, Brandon Miller versus San Diego State. And that's going to be Alabama's first true test of this tournament so far. Houston, Jarris Walker against Miami. You got Creighton against Princeton. Creighton, like an Arthur Kaluma, could be a late second round guy. And then Texas and Xavier. Texas, God, what's the dude's name that doesn't shoot threes? Is a 6'7" forward, but is athletic. What was his name
Dylan
again?
Mitchell.
Dylan Mitchell, yeah. You got Dylan Mitchell there in Texas, who's a second-round prospect. So a lot of second-round prospects to scout on these teams. No top-end prospects really left other than a couple of guys on Arkansas.
Boo. It's not like last year.
Miles Turner is so much better than this channel gives him credit for. He can't rebound for shit, dude. Like, come on, man. Rebounding has been a major issue. Like, just stop trying to have the worst takes possible. Anyway, biggest winner and biggest loser for March Madness so far. Biggest in terms of draft stock. I don't know, man. Do you have like a biggest loser?
I don't know. No one really stands out. I mean, there's been guys that have struggled, but I don't know. I don't think anyone like puts all their stock in one or two games for some people.
Yeah.
You know.
And a lot of the prospects haven't really like popped. You know. Yeah. Like, if UConn goes on a Final Four run because Jordan Hawkins gets hot, then I could see his stock rising. There's just not a ton of prospects, in March Madness this year. Like, Cam Whitmore's team didn't make it. The Thompson twins are in overtime elite. Scoot and Victor Wembanyama aren't here. So, Keontae George, Baylor just lost. Cason Wallace, Kentucky just lost. Keontae George struggled, though, Eric.
Yeah.
He was 2 for 9 in round 1, 1 for 10 in the second round. And he was struggling going into the tournament, 3 for 10 against Iowa State, the last game of the regular season, and then their conference tournament game. Or no, he got hurt, so maybe that wasn't their conference tournament game. I don't know. But he was 3 for 10, 3 for 10, 2 for 9, 1 for 10 his last 4 games of the year. He did have an injury, which might have slowed him down because he had much better production over the season. But you have to wonder if you had to pick a biggest loser, I guess it would be him. It's a good question, though.
Yep.
What do y'all think of the upsets so far in the tournament? Fun. There actually wasn't a lot. It was just like big upsets. It was the 15 and the 16 seed winning were like huge upsets, but no 14 seeds won, no 12 seeds won, only one 13 seed won, only one 11 seed won, only one 10 seed won. So there actually wasn't a ton of upsets in general. Only one double-digit seed made the Sweet 16. That, of course, is Princeton. Normally you get 2 or 3, so the upsets are big. It's just not as many as normal. Arkansas over Kansas, I guess, was a pretty big upset, but Arkansas is a good team. Like, Arkansas is talented. Me and you had that in our brackets, Eric, and that worked out. Now,
and
the
I
next
have to
game
win in
matters,
the next game, and
because you have them going to the Final Four, and I have UConn going to the Final Four. Yeah. So I'm going to need UConn to take care of business. I need Gonzaga to beat UCLA because then Gonzaga gets either UConn or Arkansas, and I think they can win either of those games. So I didn't trust Gonzaga, but now I'm at the point where it's like, let's get back to another Final Four and maybe win it this time. It would be awesome. Anyway.
For sure. Thank you, George.
I need to
Appreciate
stop.
you.
I need to stop reading this guy's
comments. I know. I know, it's ridiculous.
They don't have Miles Turner defending the three-point line. He's a center. How does he block so many shots then? He's blocking shots around the rim. He plays around the rim. He doesn't guard shooting guards.
And what do you know? He's having his late season dip in 3-point shooting again. It's down to 37 after being over 40% all year. Kind of like Nurk.
Like, I just don't understand why we make so much stuff up, man.
Also,
Crazy to me.
I will say this about Miles Turner. One of the reasons I hated him was because of getting stuck in the same contract situation that Jeremy Grant is in right now. So when he signed that extension, it actually increased his value a lot, I think. But that makes it to where the Blazers would have to give up even more along with Yusuf Nurkic to get him. And that makes no sense because he's not that much better.
Yep. Can't believe we're still on this train.
and
He's the type of guy that people would like because, new center! And then he'd drive him crazy the following season.
He takes a bunch of threes. It's like 4 threes a game. So, but yeah. So this year, yeah, he's shooting a good percentage. But the last 2 years, he was at 33%. So that's much worse. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what's Nurk shooting 36%?
And I also think with the way the Blazers defense is set up, there's even a good rim protecting center like Miles Turner would be neutralized in this particular defense and look very bad.
I just don't understand why people want a center who rebounds like Drew Eubanks. That's obviously been a problem, and he's not going to solve our defense. He's not somebody that's going to solve our defensive issues, but we're going to waste assets on somebody that makes our rebounding worse when it's a struggle without Nurkic and then doesn't solve our defense. Like, it makes no sense. It's just silly.
He doesn't box out either. He turns and looks at rebounds much like Jeremy Grant does, and that's why he doesn't get as much. It's not because he's on the perimeter shooting threes, because offensive rebounding isn't really a huge thing. His defensive rebounding isn't good either, so that doesn't explain.
It's like we'd still be a bad defense, but then we wouldn't be able to collect a rebound, and then we'd lose assets to do that. Why? It doesn't make sense. Shout out to Doug Johnson, $10 donut. Says pick at 6, Taylor Hendricks. Pick 23, Chris Murray. Pick 46, Brandon Podzimski. I don't know if I said his name wrong. I might have. What are your thoughts on these possible draft picks? Would you take Taylor Hendricks at 6, Derek Lively at 23? I would take Derek Lively over Chris Murray for this Portland team. Mm-hmm. Taylor Hendricks at 6 feels like a little bit of a reach, but I think that's more so his range than where he's projected now. I was having this conversation last night. I'm not really sure if Jarris Walker should be regarded as a better prospect than a Taylor Hendricks. If anything, they're, in my opinion, they're probably in the same tier of prospect. So Jarris Walker has gotten a lot of love at like 6'7" range, and Taylor Hendricks hasn't. But I don't think it's crazy to consider Hendricks that high. I think from like 6 to 15, there's a lot of similar caliber prospects that it's not really going to make much of a difference who goes where, or if you have 6 or 12.
Yeah, I think 6 is 6 is probably too high, just because I think there's going to be value for other guys there. So I would try to trade back a couple picks and get him if that's your goal. I don't think he's, even if I somewhat agree with what you're saying, I don't think he's going to go that high on actual draft night. So I would just go down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, but every other prospect that could go 6 or 7, I see some issues with that could elect. I mean, a team, if looking at, I don't know, like, I could see a team taking him at 6 or 7. I don't think it's likely, but I could see it. I think he'll be one of those guys that rises, because it's like you have this tier, and he's in this tier. You have this tier of Jarris Walker, Cam Whitmore, Anthony Black, Grady Dick, Nick Smith Jr., Keontae George, right, and Taylor Hendricks. I think that tier is relatively similar.
When it comes to top 10 picks, I think just having the upside, whether they're going to reach it or not, just the intrigue of a higher ceiling. I'm not saying Taylor Hendricks doesn't have a high ceiling, but I think a lot of teams are going to view him more as the, like I was mentioning last night, the Mikal Bridges high-end elite role player type, not star player, where all those other players I think still have a little bit of a chance to be like a star level player.
Yeah, I'm not super bullish on the star upside with a lot of those guys. I mean, Nick Smith and Keontae George as guards have that, but Anthony Black, if he can figure out how to shoot, he's athletic, he can handle, like, he has star upside too, I guess. He just seems more of like a Swiss Army knife type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Grady Dick has star upside. I think he's more high end role player.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to whether your team needs. I mean, not that Taylor Hendricks isn't good at shooting once again, but I mean, Grady Dick's probably the best shooter in the country in terms of like progressing to the NBA range. Yeah,
role player stuff. And then like Jarris Walker, I think projects more as high end role player than star as well. So it's like seeing him at 6 is like, I don't know, intriguing. Cam Whitmore, I don't know what to make of Cam Whitmore still. So kind of hard to even get a feel for him, even watching Villanova games, because they don't, I don't know.
I think he's going to be a stud.
We just randomly not play him, and there'd be stretches where he couldn't get the ball, and yeah. But I think Hendricks belongs in that class of player.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you could see a team take him at 6 or 7, because there's always a guy where a team just like, this is our guy. Yes, it might be a reach here, but we don't want to risk not getting him, so we'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
That happens in every draft with something.
I just think, like, most of those other guys have a little bit of shot creation, and that's why I say high-end role player versus, low-end star. I think teams are going to take the low-end star.
I feel like Hendricks has some shot creation potential.
I mean, he has potential, but not as much as those other guys.
It's not as proven, but...
We're also talking about a bunch of freshmen who, if they went back another year, would be much better. So
yeah,
you have to kind of just base it on talent sometimes.
We'll see how this goes. Taylor Hendricks has been, it's Eric's guy, but I might end up being higher. He might end up being higher on my big board. I remember early in the season, I said I saw, just a few clips, and like what I saw, it wasn't anything educated, but we are on board the Taylor Hendricks train together.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can get the credit for spotting the gem, but I'll just quietly say here nod.
Okay.
You probably said this already, but
I'm not trying to take credit for that. I don't care.
I know. I don't care either. I'm joking. Rip City says, you probably said this already on past streams, but are you going to have a draft lottery live stream on the day of the lottery? Yes.
100%.
Just like last year.
Yes.
We'll also have daily uploads, which I have planned through the end of July, from the first day of the off season to the end of July, first day of August actually, which is kind of insane because I'm not doing draft profiles or mock drafts either on this channel. So yeah.
I see Arrowhead in chat. I just want to thank you in advance for tomorrow. I appreciate it.
He's helping you electrically. That's nice. What about Kalel Ware is our late first? Sure. I mean, just any big. I'll take any big, like, other than Filipowski, I guess. I don't know. I would be bummed if it was, like, Lively and Ware on the board and we took Ware. I'd be annoyed. I am all in on Lively. And then Devin, for sure, I will need help. But Lively's my guy with that Knicks pick.
Mm-hmm.
If he's off the board, then there's a few other guys that are intriguing.
Zach Eddy is a two-way. Sure, two-way. Yes, that's more logical than I saw someone respond to Smog's tweet today about if we got the third pick and Brandon Miller was the surprise pick at 2, what would we do with the pick? And someone said to draft Zach Edey over Scoot. Yeah.
Which is just insane. Like, yes, he's a great college player. Guys' games translate differently to the league. That's the art of scouting, is figuring out how guys translate from college to the NBA or from other levels to the NBA. Because it's not just seamless where, oh, you dominate in college because you're 7'4"? Okay, you'll dominate in the NBA. Zach Edey will get abused defensively. He can't guard in space. He'll just get put into pick and roll after pick and roll after pick and roll. And then his size is not going to be as much of an advantage in the NBA. He's going to be Boban. Like, you don't take Boban with the 3rd overall pick. Like, there's guys that dominate in college that aren't good NBA players for a reason. Most of the time, they're bigs. Look at Luka Garza. He dominated in college.
I mean, he's been pretty dominant in his minutes in the NBA so far.
What? What?
It's like, I don't know, he came in and played a few games and had huge numbers, including a game against us, remember?
He had 14 against us because freaking Dewbanks was guarding him. Let me look up Luka Garza's stats.
Look at his per 36 stats so far.
He's averaging 7 points per game in 9 minutes. Per 36, that's pretty dang good. But, you wonder why teams don't play him. Because he can't play a lick of defense. And as a big, you got to be able to at least play a little bit of defense. You can't just be out there getting abused. So, limited sample, 235 minutes. Yeah, like, on a per minute basis in his 9 minutes per game in his 26 games, he's averaging 7 points. Yes, that's great, but...
What's his per 36, though, Tori?
He can shoot threes, Eric.
Yeah, what's his per 36?
Zach Edey can't shoot threes. 27 points per game, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Okay,
yeah.
Well, okay. Draft Drew Timmy at number 6 when we get it. Okay. Timmy hit a step back. Timmy will be able to shoot threes like Garza, so draft Drew Timmy at 6 then, I guess. My point goes out the window.
Yep. Owned.
I hate you, right?
Hey, man, you're the one that brings up for 36 with guys like that sometimes.
With context. The context is...
We don't need context here,
He's
man.
good on a per minute basis. But see, I bring it up with like Naz Reid 3 years ago, and now look at Naz Reid being a freaking good player.
Okay, so the context is Luka Garza's doing this on a playoff team.
Dude, shut up. He's averaging 9 minutes a game, bro.
On a playoff team, giving good minutes to a playoff team with the 27 points per 36. Dang.
Okay, I need to just deep breaths.
And we had him on our team and we let him go to... Yeah. Do you think we'd be a playoff team if we kept him?
The thing is, I was trying to make a point on your behalf. You asshole. God. That guy in Smog's comments was absolutely right.
No.
I hope you replied to him, because if you replied to him, I'm gonna reply to you now. That's where we're going with this. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, no reply, huh? Oh, man. Well, that dude was spitting saying Zach Edey should be the 3rd overall pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody knows college basketball and the NBA are exactly the same, as Luka Garza has proven with his 9 minutes per game.
What if he comes in and like wins them a playoff game? That what we say.
He won't win them a playoff game because the other team will literally score every possession down the court. Like, yeah, that's the thing, is when a dude has per minute production that is that good offensively, but they only play 9 minutes a game, that tells you something.
Yeah.
That tells you something. It tells you that he can't defend.
Well, I mean, they do have Rudy Gobert, but and Naz Reid. But actually, I think he's still on a 2-way, so he's not even eligible for the playoffs unless they sign him. So Later,
Yeah,
Jackson.
why
Hope
don't
your
they?
hand's okay.
Why don't they sign him, Eric?
They don't have an open roster. So
Why don't they cut someone since he's Hakeem?
I don't know. Maybe they will still. They're still,
Well,
two
apparently
weeks.
that's
2 weeks
the
before they have to
move.
do that.
That's the move. Do you have a better player who dominated college who sucked in the NBA?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of guys who had mega stats in college and never even really made it to the
Well,
NBA.
name one.
Well, I don't want to get it. Well, you already said that S word, I guess, but Kofi from the same draft class. I don't want to say his last name because you.
Bro, we got a dude named Grady Dick coming into the league.
I know.
We're gonna have to say his name. Especially if we draft him. We're gonna have to put his name on a graphic. So at this point, you should just say Kofi's name. Screw it. It's not. It's not.
You're
His...
gonna say Cockburn, yeah.
Yeah. No, isn't it like Cokeburn?
I don't know. I think it really is how we pronounce it, funnily, but I don't think. I think he kind of says it something different, just so it. But yeah, Jimmer Fredette's a good one. Tyler Hansborough.
Oh yeah, Tyler Hansborough was really good.
Jaleel Okafor.
Yeah. Well, Jaleel Okafor was averaging like 20-some points per 36, Eric.
Yeah.
Dominant.
That's true.
Dominant. We should side him. Every time somebody comes in and brings up Jaleel Okafor, actually nobody even talks about him anymore. So that dream is dead. But
I saw
21
being talked
points per
about
36
today
as a rookie?
because someone posted a picture of him and Justice Winslow and Tyus Jones and someone else. I forgot who the fourth person was, but it was like, could you imagine at the time they won the national championship saying Tyus Jones would be the best pro out of these 4 players or something?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But that's the way the league's gone. It's gone towards the guards.
Yeah. Oh, it's Quinn Cook was the fourth one.
Yeah. Nobody expected Quinn Cook to be good in the NBA, though.
True.
You make
Well,
me
no,
me.
no one expected Tyus to really be that good.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was a highly regarded prospect.
Mm-hmm.
He got drafted lower, obviously, but I don't know. It's not, like, shocking necessarily. Yeah, he got drafted 24th. He's just solid. He's just one of the most solid backup points in the league, which you could kind of see coming. Just in terms of just him being a game manager.
Eric Olson has a good one.
Yeah, Adam Morrison.
There you go. Draft the stash.
Yeah. So, there. Major point. Awesome. I'm now a Luka Garza hater. I will now root against him. I hope for your Double Down Island today that he absolutely throws.
He just wets the bed when he comes in. Luckily, Nasreed and Gobert are playing, but...
Why are you saying luckily? Why are you saying luckily if he's better than both of them?
I never said he was better than both of them.
You said he's better. That's what I heard.
No. Hey,
paraphrasing,
how's your
but
Hornets
that's what I
pick
heard.
looking right now?
Probably terrible. I'm expecting to see them down like 13.
That's
Nope, they're
even
down
worse.
20. Sick. See, screw you. You gaslit me into 2 L's. Thanks, Eric. This is just the stream where I... Thank goodness we don't have a stream tomorrow.
Thoughts on Oscar Tshiebwe in the second round? Tshiebwe's tough. I think his rebounding is a definite skill that he could maybe stick on to a team in the NBA, but most of his other offensive game is a lot of back to the basket and stuff like that. I don't think he'll be able to do that in the NBA as well. So I think he can. I think he could definitely play in the NBA, but I don't know if it's like worth taking him over, say, like a N'Faly Dante or someone like that, who, if healthy, has a much higher upside, in my opinion.
How the hell do you give up 24 free throws in less than 16 minutes? Yeah, well, that's screwed. The Charlotte Hornets gave up 24 free throws in less than 16 minutes. Miles Turner has 9 free throws in 8 minutes.
They know the assignment.
The lineup isn't even that bad. You got Rozier, Oubre, Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington. Nick Richards been solid this year. Dennis Smith Jr. is 0 for 6 off the bench. And only one of those shots were threes. Svi Mikhailuk, former Blazer legend, is playing. He's 0 for 2. Kai Jones has 3 fouls in 7 minutes. He has not panned out. Yeah, I'm screwed, Eric. I'm screwed. At least Chicago's winning so far. Minnesota needs to start losing.
Yeah, they do, but not by more than 9.
God, yeah, jeez. Nick's gonna let me down now, finally. Torian Prince is 4 for 4 with 10 points in 6 minutes.
Legend.
All right. Well, anything else?
I just saw his legendary press conference from the tourney.
Yeah.
The other day. It was like the anniversary of it or something.
Yeah, that was a legendary press conference. Explaining a rebound. Yeah. I had Georgia State in that game too. That was hype.
Nice. Very nice.
Anyway, I'm done.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you have a good couple days off until the Blazers play again on Wednesday nights. Hope to see you after the game on the post-game show, where we'll either be talking about maybe officially being Dameless the rest of the season, or winning a game and talking again about if we're going to make the play-in and go on a late run. So hopefully it's the former. But just appreciate all of you for watching.
Yep. Just going to try and entertain the rest of the season. If that's interacting with trolls, so be it. If that's, you know what I mean, going off the rails, so be it. If that's Eric giving me a headache, so be it. I don't care. We're just trying to entertain, because this team is not that entertaining right now. So,
love you, Tori.
we're... Okay. I love you. I love you too, Eric. I love you too.
Oh, yeah, now you're just flaking.
I love you too, bro.
Whatever.
You're my guy, Eric.
Yeah, you saw that People's Mix. You saw that response.
You're my guy.
But yeah, I might actually do a mailbag this week if people give me enough good questions on Discord. So if we didn't answer your question today, or if you think of another question, post it on the chat or the mailbag prompt on Discord.
Yep, and then the off season we'll be back to doing mailbags every week / every other week. And just alternating those. So looking forward to that. And then I'm down to talk about, so I had a tweet earlier today about I have 112 video ideas planned. I'm down to go into those tonight and later on in the post-game show if you guys care.
Tonight?
Wednesday, I mean.
We still have 2 days before.
God, see, I've mentally degraded into whatever this is right now. So, yeah, on Wednesday I'm down to go into those and see if there's anything else I should do. Other than that, that's all I got. That's a wrap for this edition of Blazers Uprise Live, presented by Bet Online. Use that promo code BELIEVE for a 50% reward bonus. With that said, I'm out of here. Screw the Hornets. Screw Luka Garza. That's what I got from this stream. And screw, Eric. Goodbye. Peace out. Go Blazers.